2nd of November 2021. Today I'll be sending some seashells with other parameters to Ikire. Ikire is along Oshogbo road. Is also Oshogbo, so I'm sending it to Oshogbo today at Ikire in Oshogbo. So what really happened is that what I normally do preach for you guys on how to really manage your water, most especially regarding the pH level of your water, regarding the acidity level of your water, regarding the calcium level of your water, and some other parameters too as well. Most especially if you are into breeding process, and maybe sometimes you are finding it difficult to process your ash sheet to correct your lower pH, to boost it back to the required pH that really needed. So there are a lot of factors, there are a lot of ways other people use this, and what we are trying to do here is that we are trying to look at other parameters, measures that you can use in controlling this that will not sometimes affect your fishes. We all know about soda bicarbonate, we know about soda ash, we know about calcium bicarbonate and other things that we do use this to as well. But what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to go a little deeper into some research so that I can get some of these organic materials that can really help farmers in order to correct and get this right on their farm. Most especially as we all know that in all areas there's no any kind of administration so far that you can administer to anything that is purely more than using the organic materials. One, organic material does not have any dosage. It works perfectly. It does most and everything that you can't even think of sometimes. So let me give you an instance. Like this seashell, seashells we are using, we tried to make sure that we add a Concord seashell. There are different kind of seashells we picked. So we made that. So we tried to make that research. So and we now grind it. It's like people using some seashells, they put it on their storage tank to control maybe the pH of their water, but we are making sure that since we are using it for an hatchery process, this process can be very, very fast enough. What I mean by fast enough, that so that I can work quickly for in order to make sure that we sort out this Concord seashells. We grinded it, as I said earlier. So once we grinded it, where we are grinding that so that it can be fast enough to take effect, most especially on our fryers. For example, if you are pumping a direct water maybe from your storage tank, and if you are somebody like if you are using a soda ash or soda bicarbonate, it's very, very necessary for you to go and put it inside your storage tank so that it will not affect your fishes. But what I tried to do is that I tried to make some research, and I tried to see, because not all farmers have that storage tank. Some of our storage tank may be far upper that we can't have access to at any given period. So I try to make sure that I concentrate on the incubator. How can the incubator start working effectively on this? So that's why I try to design this to make sure that this is being placed on the incubator. The only thing you just needed is that by the time you are doing your flow through, you are running your water, just make sure that you give some absence of the liquid fermented seashells this thing into the water, so that this can gradually purify your water. And what really happens is that what really this does is that it does not work immediately. It takes a little time to work. Maybe it takes about 10 minutes, 5 minutes to start taking the shapes. So it controls your water on a gradual process, which will not give that sudden shock to your fryers too as well. So it works perfectly for them, and most especially it works on the calcium, because we already know that fish do need calcium, but anything excess doesn't worth it. So it has a way of putting it down so that these are really working effectively for your farm too as well. So I'm still working on other research, so I'm still on it. So by the time I finish with this research, I'll release it out so that you guys can benefit from all this research we are trying to put on fish management on the total ground. there are a lot of things involved, but what we need to know is that we need to help ourselves as a farmers. So helping ourselves as a farmer is what we are trying to do on a daily basis. We don't sleep. We wake up very early where other people are sleeping. We are making sure that we are out. This thing we have been doing it for a very long time, and we don't have access to all these researches. We don't have access to making sure that all these things have been put in place. So now this is the time for us to cut corners. What I mean by cut corners, so that those people that are joining the process new can benefit from the corners. That means the shortcut. What I mean by this is that if you are using an MS-DOS, like before, when the system comes out, we are using an MS-DOS, which is very taxi. It's very taxi. You need to do a database. You need to do all your JavaScript. All this has to be done. But when Microsoft now came in, they now came in with shortcuts. They came in with softwares. So if you are going on your monitor, on your Android or your iPhone, what you do is that just press on a hub. That's where they have the Apple Store. So all this shortcut has been placed there so that things can be easier for you to access any avenue. And moreover, the search column is there for you to access anything that you needed on a media network very fast. So that's what we are trying to do on the agro base too as well. We are trying to make sure that at least there is a shortcut for those people that want to come in, that I'm having so problem. How can I control my problems? So these are the shortcuts that you can use in controlling your problem. As I said earlier on, most of us are having problems with, maybe they are using their storage tank, the water in their storage tank, with the water they are using at home, and they are using it for their fishes. So by the time, is it advisable to put soda ash or soda bicarbonate into that water they are using at home? This is a very big question. So all these questions, I tried to look at it that if you don't want to congest or put the soda ash or soda bicarbonate into the water, your storage tank that other people do this uses, maybe you have tenants and otherwise what you are drinking at home, children are drinking. So if you don't really want to put it there because you don't know the effect of that to human consumption, which people are saying what is fine is good, but we are just trying to make sure that you don't want to go and congest the storage pond water. So what we are trying to do now is that you can use these Concord Seashells to monitor your own nursery or incubator. So once again, today is the 2nd of November 2021. Today I'm taking this to Oshogbo in Ikire. I think I have made a lot of lectures on this. I've done a lot of tutorials on this, which are really helping people too as well. So make sure that you stick to this opportunity too as well, and because it's only on the fish farming business that I know people normally toy with it, but those people that are selling meat or gari, by the time you go to them, they don't play with their business. And moreover, fish business is highly technical, which has a lot of expertise and experience to get it right. So this is just a little quantity, and it is going to Ikire in Oshogbo. So we take it, we spread it all over everywhere you are, and get to run the assessment too as well. So make sure that you order for yours now. Then how to use it. And if you don't have your pH kit, you can order from us too as well, so that this can assist you. So this is what is going, this is the pack, and this is what we're doing this morning. So thank you very much.